Atlanta United Fan TV, we're going to the Cup. Or the Cup is here. And it's fantastic. Fantastic scenes here in Atlanta. And I just have to get your thoughts, man.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's fully set in just yet. The match itself was, not to like say it was a bit of a bore, but I mean, we parked the bus from the get-go. Red Bull ended up snatching one late on, which is kind of frustrating. I would have liked to keep the clean sheet just to say you did nothing against us over 2 legs. Really, they didn't do anything. I think it was a foregone conclusion before the match, but there were still those nerves there to get it over the line. And you saw, you know, from the very first minute we were out there to defend, Joseph missed a chance early on that really could have sealed it from the get-go. You know, when it came to clear-cut chances, I felt like we created more. But on the whole, I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's fully set in yet. It might take a few days. But I know that come December the 8th on Saturday, it's going to be something else. And I can only imagine the atmosphere before the game, after the game, hoping we win. It's going to be a very interesting scene for the next 10 days or so here in Atlanta, and it's building up to a massive party on the 8th.
Yeah. I mean, those are going to be a long 10 days just to kind of take a step back from that. But, yeah, let's talk about a little bit of the specifics. Michael Parkhurst hobbles off. That's maybe a worry because, yeah, I mean, sprained ankles, those are things that kind of linger for a while, and it's hard to recover very quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. That was honestly my one biggest concern of this whole match was how are we going to come out on the injury front? You know, good all the way up until the end, and he has a little knock. Hopefully he's okay. You know, for safety, you take him off, put Miles Robinson on. Ideally, you have him because clearly Tata has shown he wants to play a back 3, and I think regardless of the opponent, we'll probably play with that 3-5-2 again. It's just been working. You can't really complain if it's what's been getting the job done in the postseason so far. Mind you, that final is going to be a different game entirely to the first 4 we've played because it's a one-off. And you know that it's going to be like the regular season with whoever it is. Well, Sporting KC like to press, but I don't know if they'll be bold enough to come in and press in that building, in that atmosphere. That might be a bit of a bold move from them, unless they're trying to, you know, nick a goal early. But we'll get all into that in 5-Star Weekly next week. But, you know, it was good. I'm nervous. I hope he's fine, but, you know, Escobar, again, had a fantastic game, so you know you can have him step in if you want to go with the back 4. Robinson's been playing well, and you know he can step in if you need to. Obviously, you'd rather have Parkhurst, but, I mean, if you have sick LGP in the middle of that defense, he was an absolute unit tonight. Absolute shift that he put in. He was incredible, clearing it over and over and over again. And honestly, Red Bull kind of played into our hands. They kept playing it direct, playing aerial balls into the box, and for our center backs, that's their bread and butter. They'll be happy with that all day long. And they created nothing, and now we're on our way to the Cup, and they have another supporter shield for their collection, but that's all they got. And for chanting, you can't beat us back in September, well, we beat you in 2 games that mattered. So we'll see if we can win the final. But so far, so good. Now we got the 1 game left to do the business.
Now, talk about what it means for you. And, you know, I know you're not an Atlanta native per se, but just a transplant coming in, I mean, it's still got to mean so much, you know, basically pretty much, you know, supporting it from day one.
For me, yeah. I mean, getting a season ticket. When I bought that season ticket, I had no idea what was going to happen with this club. You know, I was like, I want to be in the supporter section. I want to be behind the goal where it's crazy, but I had no idea what it would be. And, yeah, I'm not from Atlanta, which I think is partly why it maybe hasn't fully set in yet because I'm still kind of adjusting to the whole thing. You see how much it means to these people, and for me, that's the thing that really means a lot is the people who are from Atlanta. You see how much it means to them to be in this situation, to be in a championship game. For me, you know, I haven't had my heart broken over again by Atlanta teams over the years, and mind you, we still have 1 game to play. We haven't won anything at Southern Eastern Conference. It's a nice trophy to put in the cabinet, which, you know, is more than other people can say, but that's not the one we want. That's not the cup we want. So, I think...
I'm sorry, I just want to tell you, I love you. I love you.
Miguel, we love you.
I love you.
Siempre.
I am so happy. Siempre United. There you go. We're brothers on podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
I am so happy.
Yes, son.
All my tears for the last game. But, oh, my God, I'm out of voice. I was screaming here. It was a party in Atlantic Station. Thank you for coming and sharing this with me. I love you.
Yes. Yes, buddy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's, I think that's what it means. If you want to talk about what it means to everyone, that's what you see that it means. I think part of me is still nervous, and I don't want to get overly excited because there's still that 1 more game. And I don't want to let myself get totally taken in this moment. Maybe that's a bit of a Debbie Downer in a sense, but the biggest game that we've ever played is the one to come. You know, we beat Red Bulls, and honestly, we comprehensively beat them over 2 games, and we expected that win in 90 minutes tonight. We knew we were going through. I think in our hearts we knew we were going through. So I think now it's just turn around, get focused. You know what it is. You'll know your opponent by the end of the night. You know, one of them beat you earlier this year. The other one drew you. Both of them have been in the stadium this season They know the atmosphere to expect. That means it's our job as fans to turn it up to an 11. We did it in the first leg against Red Bull. I can't even imagine what the supporters groups have in the store as far as tifos, choreographies, anything. It has to be insane. We're going to have the biggest crowd that stadium's ever had. There better be 75,000 people in there. Every standing room only needs to be in that stadium. It's going to be something else. You know, tonight, really, there's not a lot to say about that game at the end of the day. It was 90 minutes, nothing really remarkable. We took care of business the way we had to. We had to be pragmatic, which is what we talked about going into the playoffs. We didn't play pretty football, but that was fine. Red Bull couldn't do anything about it. They don't know what to do if they're not pressing and they have to break a team down. They were out of their element. We controlled it. Tata Martino has been an absolute master at getting his tactics this postseason. He's put on a masterclass for everyone in MLS to say, this is how you do it. He's got to get it right one more time. We're going to be the favorites. It's going to be loud. We're going to be rowdy. We're going to be proud. Let's get that cup home on December the 8th.
I love it, man. Thank you so much, bud.